So we're coming towards the end of this lecture set, and I've talked many times about the people and the need for storage. So on this slide, I've put down some of the players. You have to consider Google as being top of the list. Whether they are or not, who knows? But certainly in my book, they're way up the top, way out of everybody else's league in their understanding and their use of data. Amazon Drive. I have some friends of mine who save all their stuff onto Amazon Drive and they swear by it. Is it as big as Google? I have no idea. Rackspace, very, very big internet company, and they have their own servers and they also take space on other servers. So, their capacity is huge. IBM, OneDrive with Microsoft. Dropbox, very interesting company. I've got a couple of accounts there. And I've also got OneDrive account with the university. Apple's iCloud. I don't know how big Apple's iCloud is. I can't imagine it being as big as Google's, but it must be pretty big. And there are lots more out there. But one area I've not really done much on, and this is where the manufacturers know, the storage people like Google have to come into some form of criticism. And that is the way that security is organized around the storage of our files. There are lots of different ways of doing it. And there are people out there who are very clever, who think they can crack it and steal the data. That cannot continue. We have to have a very strong security system around our data if it's going to be stored in the cloud. So perhaps the area that we need to look at in a future lecture is security and how it works. But also, I'm a big fan of Google's cloud and also their point cloud, their Chromebook systems, which works predominantly in the cloud. And if I go abroad, I tend to leave my machine on for days, weeks on end, because I don't want to lose the data that's on there. And if I've made some notes or travel documents or anything else, then I want them to hand there and then. And that gives a problem sometimes. It's not a huge problem, it's just a problem. And I tend to overcome it by leaving my machine on for weeks on end. So this idea of storage, please do not even consider putting data onto your hard drive within some machine somewhere in an office or on your desk or on a memory stick or a floppy drive if you've still got one. Forget it. It has to be the cloud. But there are problems with it. But they're minute in compared to storing it on some hard drive in some machine.